Okay, we have some, as you can see here, we have coral fungi. Not really particular. I hardly ever see this. And like I said, I'm down here in this one gully that I never really hiked down through anymore. But I hardly ever see any of this stuff, so I haven't really figured out all the, the extremely difficult naming styles, like, Latin or whatever you want to call it. But let's take a look at this real quick. It's coral fungi. I know there's a couple edible varieties. See, there's a piece right there. There's some growing all along the underside here. So we're going to just do some basic documentation here on video. See how it's growing up along the backside right there. There's some right there. And I don't know if I've seen any earlier. But notice how we're on the downward slope. See the moss? Okay, so we're down here in the cul-de-sac. And a lot of times this is usually how I find my morels too. So I'm sitting there going, okay. And look, right up on top of it is a pleuratus. Yeah, there's a pleuratus right up here. So we have a pleuratus. I don't know if you know what these are. These are called pleuratus austratus. Yep, oyster mushroom. It's a highly, it's got a top 4, top 5, it's 5-star, 4-star edible choice mushroom. It's actual A mushroom. It's also used in bioremediation. It breaks down hydrocarbons. And so if you see that, and it's moist, I mean it's pretty moist. And here we are around some of these trees that kind of look like elm saplings. Remember, last year we had the chanterelles. They were around they mimic. Remember, a lot of these mushrooms mimic certain plants. And so anyhow, we have the pleuratus austratus, but here we go with this one. I can't figure out what the deal is with the. They have toothed and crowns, I believe, as far as the style of. Let's look a little bit closer at what they look like here. Like I said, it's like coral fungi. I know there's a couple that are edible, and I know there's also a couple that aren't. Everything that's been pretty much around here, though, seems to be, pretty good natured. So just for it smells like a pleuratus. So that might be good for us. But anyhow, let's take a look at it. We have toothed. Maybe you can see it has these little branches. And we have what they call white toothed or a crowned coral fungi. And here in Missouri, I do believe we have a couple species, but the one that's listed in the Missouri Conservation website, I believe, is edible. There's another one. There's a couple other varieties that are also edible, but like I said, there's one that's not. And so we need to be conscious of that and be aware that we can positively identify the correct one. So I'm going to do a little bit more research and pin it up, and we're going to what we call pinning. Pinning means be able to identify what it is, a pinning stage. So these are pretty mature, so we should be able to figure it out. So I'm going to pocket some of these, take them with us, and if they are the right ones, then hey, I got another food supply. But always identify your fungi. So like I said, these, and I usually try not to get too close to the root. Okay, so it'll grow back. But it does smell like a pleuratus, though. That's weird. Yeah, it smells like a pleuratus. I don't know if that's because I just touched one, but yeah, these smell just like oyster mushroom. So let's go back over here and look at some more of these. See if we can find some more. Here's the environment I'm in. We're down here in the bottoms. It's moist. You notice the canopy. Look at the forest canopy, the forest floor. So now we have a lot of these saplings. The scrub, I call it just scrubs. We have deadfall, decay, leaf matter. This is it's retaining moisture. It's still, below 80. And so there we go. There's a handful. And there's another little spot over here. See, we got the original stuff. See, here's this piece right here under this stick. So we'll just take some of this with us. Just grab a handful. And set this aside so if I can find a decent place to put it. But yeah, I thought I'd take a pretty good photo of this because we haven't really discussed this one much, and I'm familiar with it. But I'm not an expert on it, so. Let's see if I can get some decent, you know how we do, some decent pictures for the, oh, the sun's too shiny. There we go. That might work out for us. All right.